Hey, JP Alexander for the Rabid Dogs Unleashed. Today is Tuesday, March 16th, 2021. Today, I'm going to talk a little more about Andrew Cuomo, Governor Andrew Cuomo, Governor of the great state of New York. Why? Because this is the gift that keeps giving. There's more allegations coming up about sexual harassment, groping. The sixth woman came forward with groping. Seventh woman came forward and she said something along the lines of he wanted me to make me feel he's in charge. So this whole thing is going from sexual harassment to sexual uh, what is it called? Sexual harassment, sexual assault. Now he's degrading women on top of all that. Okay, it just seems like it's getting more and more and more. Next, we're going to be talking about raping. He raped somebody. Then we're going to be talking. He murdered somebody. Then he had sex with a corpse. Then cannibalism is the final one. He's going to have to probably resign with one of these allegations. He's holding strong. I gotta hand it to him. He is holding strong. After the 7 allegations so far against him, he's holding strong and he's saying, well, you gotta say, I want these people to come to the bottom of it. None of this happened. But I love how he says, and I love how everybody says this, oh, these women have the right to come forward, but they're lying. Well, then they don't have the right to come forward with lies, do they? So you're saying these women have the right to come forward, but they're lying. Well, isn't that kind of stupid for you to say something so fucking dumb? Why would you say people have the right to make up whatever they want and say, but I don't think that's right. If you're saying they're lying, which you are, or at least they thought they could have got you mistaken with somebody else, with another governor who's Italian in the state of New York. Was your brother in town? I don't think anybody's gonna confuse you with your brother. You got the brains, but he's got the looks, I'm sorry to say. But this is what I think. And I think the people who are in charge of this whole scenario that's going on have overplayed their hand a little bit. They're letting it, their whole thing that's going on here is beginning to crumble, and I'll explain why. Cuomo's in trouble, or was in trouble, over this nursing home scandal, which a couple of people died a lot. He might actually be personally responsible for that, and then he lied about it. That's bad. That makes him look bad. Not just him, the whole Democratic Party look bad. So what do you do to mitigate that? You redirect. I call it redirection. I don't call it misdirection. Redirection. You're already paying attention to this nursing home scandal. That's already going on. They're not misdirecting you. They're redirecting you. We don't want you to go over there just because we're misdirecting you. We need to go over there because we're redirecting you, which means you are looking at this nursing home scandal like, I don't know, what? It's like this. This is the nursing home scandal right here. Hey, you got to look at this. Then suddenly, as I'm showing you this, 2 naked girls are making out in the background. How long will it take before you're looking at this and you're saying, well, what the I don't fucking care what's going on here. I'm checking out these 2 women in the background like, JP, what's going on in the... Yeah, this nursing home scandal, blah, 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 X amount of people, blah, blah, blah. And after a while, it sounds like you don't care what's coming out of my mouth because you're watching the 2 chicks make out back here. Who could blame you, right? But that's what's going on here. It's called redirection. Okay, and why it happened? Well, you hear sex. Sexual assault. Sex in any way. People are like, what? Fondled her. What? He said you ever have sex with her. What? What's going on? What? Who? Why? When? Where? And tell me more. That's what's happening here. see how we don't even care about who he killed. And he killed some old people. Died. I can't. They're old. I mean, they're annoying. I guess I feel bad, but they're old. They lived their time. Now, two chicks are making out in the background. I mean, let's put things where they belong, And that's what this is, redirection. So suddenly it's like, oh my God, he gave the woman a peck on the lips. Haven't we? How many guys do you know who are married who, when they met their wife, they probably give their wife a peck, not knowing if she's going to accept it or not? How many times have you went for a woman and you gave her a kiss and she accepted it, and or you gave her a kiss and she denied it? That same guy is the same guy. I mean, just because you pick this guy and you marry him and have kids with him, he's the same guy who you denied. Meaning, two men are gonna come at you the same way. You reject one and you accept one. The one you accept, he's a great guy. You can say, "It's the best husband I've had in my life." You're not gonna look back at the guy who, you're gonna say he's just, this disgusting cretin made a pass at me one night. Didn't your husband make the same pass at you? Yeah, but I liked him. He was more attractive than that fucking loser. There you go. I mean, just because, Andrew Cuomo looks one DNA strand away from Paul McNamara, doesn't mean he doesn't want love. He doesn't mean he doesn't need love too. He needs love too, like his brother. I bet you his brother could make those passes and make them succeed. But Andrew Cuomo, no, these women are like, get the fuck away from me. So that's, then there's one woman he asked, have you ever had sexual relations with an older man? I never got the answer though. I never got no one ever said, so what did you say? How'd you answer that? You should have answered that. Excuse me, sir, but I'm a little uncomfortable answering that question. I'd rather if you didn't ask questions of me such as that, sexual in nature. I think that would have gave him a pretty good hint that she's not interested. But what did she say? Well, I mean, I know you're scared of the guy, but you gotta let him know if he did that, if he really did that. But the Democratic higher echelon that wants him to resign didn't. And then, of course, they got their good minions, Chuck Schumer and AOC. AOC, the princess of the party, the superstar of the party, to say he should retire. Well, he's not going to retire. And then some woman said she was helping him with a cell phone in a hotel room. Why was she in a hotel room helping him with a cell phone? Just stupid, just red flags that should be coming up. Didn't. So, he went in there and she's probably like, here, sir, I'm here to help you. And he's like, let me get those tits in my hand. He just comes up right under her skirt and just gets stuck. Give me this. You fucking listen to bullshit all day in this fucking conference downstairs, and I gotta get me some. My point being, was he doing that? Do we really think he was doing that? He came in there and he just goes, get a piece of this. I'm thinking that probably didn't happen. I don't know. Wouldn't you say something to somebody sooner, not after? And see, allegations are slowly getting worse. They started out as he gave me a little peck on the lips, to he asked me if I had sex with an older man, if I haven't had sex. He touched me on the small of my back. He grabbed me my face and he said, give me a kiss. Then it went to, well, he groped me. He felt me up. Like I said, next is it's going to be, he raped me. He penetrated me. We had a conference and, he penetrated me. Then it's going to be, he was with a woman and she was not responsive. He killed the woman. Then we saw him having sex with her after she was not responsive. We think he might have had sex with her corpse. We're not sure he killed her though, but we're sure he had sex with the corpse. We're pretty sure he knew she was dead at the time. Pretty sure. Then it's going to be, well, we saw some body parts in the refrigerator that, you know, were that of the deceased. So, we're not sure if he raped this one, though, but we know her body parts are in the refrigerator. He's got to step down now. Come on, he's got to step down now. Maybe he'll have some answers like, well, it's just some lamb I had, and I can understand. I could understand why people would think that was human flesh. It's just lamb that I had sitting there, and after a while, I had it in aluminum foil and kind of gets freezer burn. I could see how they might misconstrue that as being human flesh, but it's lamb that I've had in there for quite some time. I don't know. I don't know what the excuse would be then, but he'd probably say, I didn't do anything wrong. I had some, I don't know. Can you prove it? I don't think, we have to let these allegations vet. We have to vet them. We have to make sure that they're right. We can't go jump into, that's the right way to do it. This is not the right. What I was saying about Judge Brett Kavanaugh, that's not the same thing here. He was 17, she was 15. He lied on top of her. That obviously is true. If she said that, that's true. Me filling a girl up, me asking a girl if she had sex with an older man, this got to be vetted. Brett Kavanaugh's allegations obviously don't have to be. He's a Republican. The woman accusing him is a Democrat. That doesn't have to be vetted at all. That obviously happened. Obviously. I'm a Democrat. These women who work for me were Democrats. Obviously, these didn't happen. So, I mean, I don't understand why we have to question this. But I'm glad he's holding it to his guns on this topic, and I hope it just blows the whole Me Too movement right out of the water. I hope so. Of course, it probably won't. They'll probably give him a pass and say, well, that's a Democrat. He's allowed to do that. And the next Republican who's accused of it, forget about it. He's automatically... where are these women? Where is all these women who were coming forward and saying, but Kavanaugh's obviously a pig. He's obviously a disgusting man. Where's Alyssa Milano? Where is Alyssa Milano? Where is she? I don't. We haven't seen her in a while, right? Where is she? Now, I think the Democrats are doing this, the higher echelon of the Democratic Party, because they don't want him to, take the burn for, this nursing home scandal. And as soon as this sexual allegation stuff came out, if he would have went and retired, he's stepping down because of these sexual allegations. And he could still say, I didn't do it. And in a few years, we can always say, he probably didn't do it. It might not be, or I'm sorry, maybe what I did was misconstrued as being a little forward, and they could just blow it off. And then, he can go on Saturday Night Live and I can get another Emmy. Yeah, right? He got an Emmy award for, I don't know what. No, he gave an Emmy award because his nightly coronavirus briefings were so good. Such good television. Isn't that his job as a politician? I mean, I guess, but it can also be entertaining and such good entertainment. Considering he was groping women and killing old people while that was happening, But they're not going to give an Emmy for that. Of course not. So, yeah, I think the Democrats, they want him out. And he's not getting out. So they're beginning to go, what are we going to do next? I think most of the allegations were created by, I don't know how they do it. It sounds like a crazy conspiracy because how could you get all these women to agree to go against them? It's almost like when they're hired, somebody meets with these women behind closed doors or something and saying, would you do something for your government? Would you do something for your party? And they said, yeah, but you gotta keep your mouth shh about it, We might call on you one day to do something. When we call on you, you know, you'll answer, yeah, okay, we're going to give you money starting now. They can't trace the money. The money's going to go someplace secret. But if we ever call on you, you have to, kind of like the Godfather. Uh, One day I might call on you. I might not, but that one day might come. And when I do, I want you to, be there for me. And he did call on him when once Sonny was shot 852 times. And then the guy kicked him in the face. He kicked him in the face with his shoe, on top of also putting 852 bullets in him. Then he put him in, so you got to make my son look presentable. I don't know how the hell that guy must have worked overtime. He must have thought, shit, I don't know how I got into being a friend with this guy. What he did for me was great and everything, but what I'm doing for him is way more. But you can't say no, because you went in bed with him. Don't get involved with the mafia, and you won't have to fucking deal with that kind of shit. Just say, I don't need money that bad. I don't need to borrow money at an interest rate that high. I don't need to do that. Loan sharks break knees. I don't, my knees don't need to be broken. I'm okay, I mean, banks just, you get bad credit. I think it sucks, but broken kneecaps, shit, that's a little worse. But I'm getting off the track here. I'm digressing. But yes, redirection is what's happening here right now. And people coming out of woodwork because they're being paid to, they're being told to, we can much take him down now. Funny, he was the rock star of the party a year ago. They gave him a fucking Emmy Award. Yeah, they were touting him as the next big thing. He's rock and roll president. He should be the president or the vice president at least. We don't want Kamala Harris. We want this guy. We want Cuomo. I don't know. Do you see what's going on here? Am I the only one who's seeing this? Do people say, yeah, it was about a year ago that they were really hyping Cuomo up. What happened? I'll tell you what happened. Somebody found out what he was really up to, and now he's going to take a fall, and he might bring some of the Democratic Party with him, and they can't have that. So they bring up sex. We all go, oh, titties. There's some titties. There's naked women in the background making out, and the top's coming off. And it looks like she's lying down in a panties. Yeah, that's what's happening here. So who the fuck cares what I'm showing you on this thing? There's chicks getting busy back there, and that's what, you have it here. I know it's it's not quite the same analogy, chicks making out, Biden being accused of sexual harassment, me showing you my phone. This is the nursing home scandal, and that's chicks making out in the background. Of course, I have no chicks making out in the background. I can't even get one girl to come to my place, let alone two making out with each other. What are you? Oh, you guys, I'm a player? Look at this. No one's fucking coming over here. Unless a lot of alcohol is being consumed, or money's exchanging hands. Either one of the two. Anyway, on that note, I've had about enough of this conversation, and that's it. So this has been JP Alexander for Rabid Unleashed. Until the next time, ciao.